Hey guys, it's Ms. Kopek here with a video for the 8th grade. And this should help you with this page, which is the last page in the packet that we haven't talked about yet. So keep in mind that the district is going to have new packets available on Monday, and I will start making videos based on those. All right, so in order to solve the problems on this page, we have to combine what we know about scientific notation, what we know about the rules for multiplication, and what we know about the rules for exponents. So I'm going to be using problem 3 here as an example, okay? So the first thing that we have to do is we have to take the problem, we have to rewrite it using the commutative property, oh, I forgot the word property, and that means that we can move things around, okay? So let's see, the problem that we were working with, problem 3, it's written like this originally. It says 8.44 times 10 to the 10th power times 8.99 times 10 to the 8th power. Move that over so you guys can see. All right, so commutative property means I can move things around in whatever order I want. So I'm going to put these 10s together, and I'm going to put these other two terms together, okay? So I'm going to rewrite it so that it looks like 8.44 times 8.99 times 10 to the 10th times 10 to the 8th. Okay. Now, I have to use the property of exponents, which is when I'm multiplying, if it has the same base, I keep the base and I add the exponents. So I have an exponent of 10 and I have an exponent of 8. So I can multiply those together by saying keep the 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. Okay. So I have part of that done. Now in step 3, what I'm doing is I'm multiplying the other two terms together. All right, so I'm going to grab my calculator. And I'm going to do 8.44 times 8.99. And I get 75.8756. So now I have these two terms, but that's not quite in scientific notation, right? So right now my answer looks like this. 75.8756 times 10 to the 18th. I have to rewrite it in scientific notation, which remember, that means that I can only have one digit in front of the decimal. I have 2 digits here, so I have to move the decimal over one time. Okay? Since I'm moving it to the left, I have to add to the exponent, however many times I had to move it over. So this becomes 7.58756 times 10, not to the 18th, but to the 19th power. Now, dividing is similar, but instead of using the rules for multiplying with exponents, we have to use the rules for dividing with exponents. There's no division on this worksheet, but this is just as a review. So say we had that same problem, but instead of saying multiply, it said divide. So let's imagine that it said 8.44 times 10 to the 10th divided by 8.99 times 10 to the 8th. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this as a fraction because we know that that division bar is the same, this division sign is the same as a fraction. So whatever comes first goes on top. 8.44 times 10 to the 10th. 8.99 times 10 to the 8th. The rules for dividing, I can think of this as 2 separate problems now, right? So the rules for dividing with exponents, if it's the same base, I keep the base and I subtract the exponents. So keep the base, I have 10, subtract the exponents. 10 minus 8 is 2. Now here, I just divide that. So I'm going to do 8.44 divided by 8.99. And I get a really long number that I'm going to round off. So 0.938. Okay? Now, this is not scientific notation. So I have to move it over one spot so that I have at least one digit that's not 0 in front of the decimal. So now I have 9.388 times 10. And here, because I was moving it to the right, I have to subtract one space because I moved it over one space. So now I have 10.388 times 10, and I'm going to go ahead and write to the first power, even though I know that to the first power is the same thing as just saying 10.